Howdy folks, Synthetic Mason here, and today we're breaking it up with some teeny tiny movie Transformers. That's right. I was hesitant to do these, but I've been on this tiny Transformer kick, and these are the guys that I felt had a definitely higher grade of challenge to them than doing like your G1 Transformers. Because a lot of those guys you can literally like, it's like a Hot Wheel car that you just stand up and then have a robot on the bottom. Yeah. Whereas these guys are definitely more elaborate. So let's get me out of the way here. Now then, on Instagram, I was accused of this being Sideswipe. It is a Jazz. Weakest of my gang. I'll be working on him. He's going to get some fine tuning. But the rest of these guys, super happy with. So, roll call. Jazz, Ironhide, Bumblebee, Optimus, Megatron, Blackout, Barricade, and Bonecrusher. I wanted to do a set of 10. For the good guys, I've got a Ratchet that is in the works. Tough, his design. Yeah. And then for the Decepticons, gotta have a Starscream. And to do him right, he's turning out to be more of a challenge than I thought. So it can be a minute on him. Obviously, there's more characters, but this is what I've got so far. 4 good guys, 4 bad guys, all pocket size, so you can wage war anywhere you choose. But yeah, let's go down the list and take a closer look at these guys. Alrighty. So for starters, like I said, the weakest of my group, Jazz. Now I like Jazz. I plan on getting that studio figure. I unfortunately haven't bought a literal Transformer in a hot minute. That Headmaster Cup, I believe, was the last Transformer I bought. No, I take it back. I bought one of the new Target Masters, or what are they called? Battle Master? I don't know. Anyways, so like I said, he's not as good as I'd like him to be. I was thinking maybe like a spoiler, but that doesn't look right because of the angle. Struggling on this guy. Like I said, he'll probably get an overhaul, but this is what I came up with. So car mode, 4 tires, kind of low to the ground. I think he was a Porsche type thing. But on to transformation for Jazz. I'm going to lean him up, and the back of the car will swing down. Oops, don't fall apart. I'm using some of those brand new 1x clips. These are great. I got those from the Hanzo and Genji Overwatch set. Yeah, I've been picking those up. I've got a comparison video I want to work on showing off my Reinhardt and Diva in comparison to theirs. So yeah, Jazz. You rotate his front in, so he's got legs. This ingot piece is supposed to represent kind of the car hood, and then his arms. A little hunchbacky, tires go on the back of his legs. Anyways, on to the remainder of these guys, who I'm far more confident of. So, Ironhide. Now, Ironhide, nice little truck with some weaponry in the truck bed. I struggled with this guy, but I think when he turned out a little smaller than I wanted him to be, but I think overall I'm happy with him. So for transformation, we're going to bring down the truck bed so that it becomes the legs. We will have to rotate the windshield to get these and separated. Okay. And then you will take the windshields and face them out. So that those become like truck parts hanging off of his guns. And then the sort of hood bump becomes his head. And yeah, right? I can see it. With his pew-pews. Yeah. So that's Ironhide. On to Bumblebee. Now Bumblebee and Barricade I made very similar, but I think it works out. Also that they kind of pair as a good guy bad guy combo. I think it's fine. They're different enough where it counts. So for Bumblebee's transformation, we're going to start by rotating his front grille so that it's in a vertical position, and then we will swing down. We will swing down these side panels, which have his tires on them, and then rotate back. Come on, the front grille, so that's like his feet. Oh darn, I did it wrong. So, these need to go towards the front of the car, kind of where that hood scoop is. Then we'll rotate that back. And then we can bring down his little arms. And then I like to take this back section, which is on a jumper plate, and open it up so it kind of represents his like doors on his back. But yeah, there's Bumblebee. And then we've got the mighty Optimus Prime, which I showed you guys in another video. I don't believe I made any real changes to him. Bend that down, down, done. But I do have one thing to show off. I had planned for this. Haha! Look at that. In the same fashion, using this roughly the same design, I've got a G1 Prime now. And he holds the gun the way that I wanted it to be. I couldn't get this back section any more blue for the alt mode, but I think he turned out great. And this is going to be my new Tiny Prime. So G1 movie. Oh yeah, not bad. So on to the Decepticons. In a previous video, I showed my Megatron. So we're going to skip that. Blackout. This guy, I remember in the movie, when he did his little transformation, I was... Wow. Yeah, I felt like I was 9 years old watching the movie that we should have had. Needless to say, I was wrong. Anyways, now the first one's fun. So Blackout. Nice little military helicopter. All gray, windshield, some guns on the front. I wasn't able to get the, what is it, like 6 propeller blade propeller. I just couldn't figure it out so that it like folded. Maybe down the line I'll think of something else, but currently he's just like 1 propeller blade. I think it works. So for transformation, you will remove him from his little flight stand. Place the propeller blade in a sort of horizontal, vertical, either way it goes with it, like jumper plate. We will then take take the front and open it up. As you do that, we will rotate the guns to now become hands. Yeah, right? We'll then bring the lower section here down, which rotates on a ball joint to come forward. The propeller or helicopter tail comes down, and then the blades on his back drop as well. And Blackout, right? Probably my favorite of the Decepticon gang right now. I love this character. I had, gosh, I think Hasbro released like 5 or 6 different figures for him, and I had most of them at the time. Good character. Just really dig it. So on to Barricade. Now for Barricade, like I said, I based him off of my Bumblebee design, so he's roughly the same. A few differences. For instance, we don't do any of that front section moving around because we don't have to. And his transformation is crazy simple by comparison. We're going to stand him up, and we will rotate these side panels so that the wheels are sort of where his hands would be. And there you go, ta-da! But yeah, I think they're different enough and it kind of gives that semblance of him having like the long arms with the doors hanging off the back. Yeah, like I said, with all these guys, kind of as close to a one-step changer as I can. I want these to be pocket-sized little mini cons you can take anywhere. Bonecrusher. Yeah. Um, he's the hardest sell, I feel. Like, it's obvious he's Bonecrusher because he's got like the big claw on the top, and he's what seems to be a large truck. Um, but he's rough because I wish the center section I was able to keep in that tan color, and I think it would have sold better. Um, but yeah, so he's a, that rig with the mining tool on the front. I went with this like 3-head droid thing because I wanted to go for a sort of over the top look. Like I wanted it to be cartoony in that sense. So yes, it is oversized. But on to transformation. Like with a lot of these, I based them on I think they were Legends class, but they were like the tiny pocket size that Hasbro came out with. I had so many of those guys, so the design here is really close. We'll drop down his legs, open up and bring down the back, which will become his arms. And then with the little claw bit, we swing that forward. We can move it off to one side or whatever, but yeah. All right, so there we go, folks. Some movie characters for you. Like I said, I've got plans for a few more movie characters. I have a teeny tiny RC in a box that I made somewhere. She consists of like 4 pieces. I think it's fun. But yeah, who knows? Down the road, I had some people that I did these and posted them on Instagram, and somebody was like, well, you got to do the movie combiners. Devastator. Maybe. I don't know. Like these, I've done some combiners now. But yeah, I think the movie Devastator is like, what is he, like 8 characters that combine? I don't remember. But we'll see. I don't know. I hope you like these guys. I do have some tutorials of things that I made recently that I'm going to work on. I'll probably end up doing tutorials on these guys. Definitely got to give you guys a tutorial of my now far better G1 Optimus that I've gotten here. But yeah, things to come, folks. A lot of stuff. So thanks for breaking up with me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I inspire you to build your own things. And by all means, if you do build something of mine, I don't know if you're on the Instagram, but if you are, tag me. Synthetic Mason there as well. I'd love to see your spins on my creations, especially if you make them better, because hey, maybe I want mine to look as good as yours. So thanks again, folks. Laters.